I guess I'm rooted in the belief that to he who much is given, much is required. And I know I've been blessed by having had many inputs in our lives, be they mentors, be they family, be they a great school and education. And mine is of all that. I'm the product of all that. Was raised by a positive, single adult mother who was born in a small room apartment in Ecuador, who cleaned houses and scrubbed toilets to make ends meet. In high school, times got particularly tough, and I ended up cleaning houses along with my mom. And I decided to drop out. I thought I had it all figured out. I thought that by working more, I would be able to make more money and that would help the situation. Now, I tore my mom up. She knew that she didn't scrub toilets for me to quit, for me to end my schooling. But for having two mentors in my life who literally just told me the same thing my mom told me, but came from a different voice, they got me back to school, and they were right and I was wrong. I was humbled. I thought I had it all figured out, but as a teenager, what do we really know? And I hit those crossroads, and those mentors, again, reinforced what my mother said, and that's the reality that many of our kids face. And these mentors, one was a man in my life, was very positive, and I cleaned his house along with my mom, and he was the one saying, you're not going to realize your potential, Carlos, if you continue down this path and you stop going to school. You have so much more to offer and you have so much more to develop. He was right, and I went back to school. He would always take an active interest. So how is school going? Did you get good grades? And he then, once I went off to college, gave me my first college internship in New York. And that was a really eye-opening experience. I really wanted to make that a success, so I turned my academic career around and ended up graduating really well in my class and went off to an Ivy League college and did some work on Wall Street, and then had the blessing in my life to start mentoring a child when I was in the private sector. One child in Newark became two children in Newark. 1 day a week turned into 4 days a week, and that experience really changed my life. I believe in an old adage that's derived from biblical reference that I use a fair amount. It's called that the two most important days in a person's life are the day you're born and the day you know why. And that mentoring experience with that one child in Newark really started to explain to me why. It's to serve, and to serve in this way connected to my personal story, connected to the challenges that I faced as a child. And so now tapping into that well of experience and then offering what I could offer in my community to give back made sense to me. And so I changed my life from the private sector to now working in social services, working with young people to try to fight for access to quality education, which I had as a child, and also access to regular positive adult mentors who were critical in my life. Big impact starts with you. It starts with us, la comunidad. We are who we are today because so many people sacrificed to make this day possible, to give us the blessings we have today.